What's going on, everybody in the YTBC? I mean, what's going on, everybody in the YTBC, ASBC, all these initials. Uh, and shout out to BNB Sports, Wood to God, and H Money. Uh, saw an interview with Lou DiBella. I think it was yesterday, and it's not a good look for Deontay Wilder. DiBella basically said they're not even gonna send a counter offer, and that's not the way you negotiate through emails. Uh, Breaking news, Lou. If a guy is in England, if a guy sends you an offer by email, that's, you know what I'm saying. You pick up the phone, you call him. If you want the fight, you make you make a reply. You negotiate the fight. I'm not understanding. I mean, if it's not the offer you want, and Eddie said he's willing to negotiate, I mean, is it just you don't respond? I mean, Wilder's not saying much. It almost seems to me like they've already scheduled the Dominic Brazil fight. Uh, and that's going to be Wilder's next fight. And the problem with this is, from the time they first started negotiating, they only had 27 days before Povetkin and AJ had to start negotiating that fight. So that time is running short. You know what I mean? That's running short. And he said something about you don't send contracts with time dates on them. But I mean, it's an offer. It's not going to be on the table forever. And now it makes sense to me why Wilder has not uh, had a unification fight. He hasn't had any big fights other than Ortiz. Why he didn't fight Klitschko. It just all makes sense. His team is a disaster, and at this point, Eddie Hearn is dominating the narrative. In my eyes, it seems like to me that Eddie Hearn is the one trying to make the fight. He's the one that made the offer. Now, if Wilder and them would have came back with a counter offer and Hearn turned it down, then Hearn would be the one that's ducking. But right now, it seems like to me that Wilder's team is the one that doesn't want the fight. I mean, that's just the way it looks to me. I may be wrong, but in my eyes, I'm right. Uh, if a guy sends you an offer and you don't even reply to the offer or even try to negotiate the fight, and then you come out in the interview and basically say you're not gonna even respond to the offer, that shows me that his team doesn't want the fight. Uh, Eddie Hearn is owning them right now. And that's why I feel Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in boxing right now. Uh, he controls the narrative in almost every situation. That's just, he's just a slick guy. Uh, but he's the one that sent the offer. So if Wilder and his team don't respond to the offer, and they could not maybe not be responding to the offer because the Dominic Brazil fight could have already been made. It kind of makes sense why Wilder's not saying much anymore. That the fight, and Eddie Hearn said the fight, they've already made the fight with Dominic Brazil. So it kind of makes sense. And if that's the case, then Wilder truly did duck the fight. Because, I mean, at this point, I think Wilder should try to get a couple more million. But if they want to play hardball and not give him any more money, um, if he says Joshua is easy work, like he said, he should go ahead and take the fight and make that easy money. He knows that fight's not an easy fight. Uh, and while the fans know it's not an easy fight, but of course, they're going to push the narrative. Me being neutral in the fight, I don't know who's going to win the fight, to be honest. I'm not sure who's going to win it. The way it looks now, it looks to me like I'm not sure if it's Wilder doesn't want the fight or is it just his team doesn't want the fight. But somebody in their camp doesn't want that fight. I'm not exactly sure who it is, but Lou DiBella did not make Wilder look any better by his comments yesterday. He basically showed why he's basically not a promoter. And to be honest, he shouldn't be speaking for Deontay Wilder, saying the things that he said yesterday in the media. And I haven't seen any. I've seen a couple videos of people that are neutral about the situation, but most of the guys that are Wilder, that are pushing Wilder, I haven't seen a video on that. If Eddie Hearn would have said that, you will see 400 videos on it. That's what I'm saying. You kind of got to be, even keel, man. You got to call a spade, dude. If he just came out and spoke for Deontay Wilder's team and said they're not going to negotiate. That's not how you negotiate. They don't plan on sending a counter offer back, which they said they were going to do in the media, but they never did. And Eddie Hearn is exposing them for that. That's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. I just want to do a quick video on that. Lou DiBella is making Wilder look not look good. So other than that, should be good fights tonight. Peace.